help me understand, what exactly is astrology?
So astrology is the study of the quality of light as it appears in the sky the moment you take your first breath or the moment something is conceived. We look to the sky to see what is happening, what mark it is made, and we make meaning out of that mark. It's kind of like having a map of your life. And so if you give me a map of where you are, I know that you're right now in a studio in Midtown in Manhattan. And so you can want to be in Paris, but you're not, and you could get there, but right now you're here. And so then I can tell you about the quality and the temperament of Manhattan, because it's a very specific type of place. So your astrology chart is a map of where you are in this lifetime.
But it's not a map of where you're going.
You have your own free will within that, but there are things that are structured into it that you, as an astrologer, I would say, well, you're probably going to have to deal with this. But how you deal with it is your choice, and therefore the outcome can change significantly. And you have that agency as a human being.
What kind of meaning can you divine from studying the planets and studying these charts? What kind of, you mentioned meaning.
Yeah. I don't know why astrology works. I don't know how astrology works, but I just know that it does work, and that's why I work with it. So I've sat with thousands of strangers and talked to them about their chart, and it resonates very specifically with them. This seems to be a way to be able to look at somebody's life and give it context.
Is part of the challenge, or has part of the challenge been that for so many years, up until recently, the way that people have been exposed to astrology is a 3 or 4 sentence blurb in a supermarket tabloid. And somebody reading that would say, well, of all the millions of people that are Sagittarius, is this gonna happen to all of us? Can't be real.
Yeah.
I'm moving on.
Yeah.
Has that been part of the challenge for you and for perhaps people who are skeptical about?
So sun sign horoscopes, the things you read in papers or online now, are not, they're like one crumb of astrology's cake. Like it's such a very specific and very generalized way of delivering astrology to the masses. And so that correlated with the printing press. And so they started writing sun signs horoscopes, which were they're really new. Like astrology is thousands of years old, and sun sign horoscopes are like 100, 150 years old. Like that's not astrology, and it hasn't been for like thousands of years, but it's the way that we've modernized it and been able to deliver it through these modes of communication.
Let's go back a bit and step back and talk about you for a moment. What was your path to astrology?
So I had a reading when I was 12 years old, the first reading, and I had it with my stepmother and her children and my dad, and we all had a reading from this astrologer. And it was just something that I felt immediately resonant with. And I felt like it was something that I knew what she was talking about, but I had never been talked to about it. And so it captivated my attention, and it was a tool that could help me to differentiate myself. It was like a therapy session. It helped me to distinguish, oh, that's why I take everything really personally, and that's why my stepsister can do that, and that's why my dad does that all the time. And it just helped me to feel less alone, and it normalized the way I dealt with life.
And looking back now, was it inevitable that you would have had that reading when you were 12?
12 is a very specific age in astrology. It's a Jupiter cycle. So Jupiter, of course, Zeus is about
the god of the king of the gods, the biggest planet, at least in our solar system.
Yeah, and about knowledge and wisdom and healing.
There are some who are wondering, because of the moment astrology is having right now, is it in many ways, or for many people, replacing religion?
Religion and astrological phenomena or astronomical phenomena are connected. And so maybe the yearning for something that will give us a structural meaning to our life or give us a context to our life. And the finding of something in astrology is actually what the essence of parts of our religions hold.
The search that people have for meaning, for answers to questions that they may not even know that they're asking, does that mean then that you remove free will from the equation, something you mentioned earlier? Because if you can read a chart and you can tell me this is the path my life is going to take, then where is the agency?
I won't say this is the path your life is going to take, but I will say these are some things that look really important for you. And I would be remiss if I didn't tell you, like, please, yes, go explore this thing. And if you have a desire to go do this other thing, that also is very resonant with your chart.
Are there moments when you say, you know what, don't take that job? You know what, that blonde that just walked in the room, don't talk to her, even though you may be attracted to her? Because I think human beings, they want to feel as if the decisions they're making are good decisions. They want to know in their minds that this is the right thing to do. And in some instances, whether it's religion or philosophy or political ideology, astrology, they get some kind of positive reinforcement from that. But are some of the answers...
I don't make decisions for people.
That's what I'm getting at.
I don't think you should give your power and your agency to anyone. No professional, anyone. I think you should take people's advice with your own judgment. I don't want to tell you what to do. I don't know what you should do. I think you do, though. And I'd like to create a space where you remember that you have a connection to your own wisdom and your own ability to feel and understand and critically think about what the right thing for you to do is.